Well, that worked out better than I expected. Picked this off some bum on the street. By the way, I'm back from Comic Con, as you can see, and I'm missing some teeth from the Acolyte or the Stranger's cosplay here. Got a lot of stuff to unpack. We're going to talk about what happened, what I saw, and everything in between. So let me get settled, and we'll talk about San Diego 2024. All right, guys, so I'm back from San Diego Comic-Con 2024. This has been my first San Diego Con, as they may say, the mecca of Comic Cons, or the the big Mac Daddy of Comic Cons. And they're right. It's huge, huge, huge. Um, this is the probably gonna be the last one. I might do some smaller ones, my local ones that are in the area for me. But as far as Comic Cons for 2024, this is it. I've tapped out on the budget for this year on Comic Cons. I just want to talk about a few things. First and foremost, Crazy Glue is not the same as Loctite glue. The Alkalite or the Stranger helmet here, the teeth popped off in the middle of the con. Probably also had to do with the fact that I had to warp the helmet because the helmet was a little too small, so I had to warp it a little bit. So it didn't have a real good flush attachments to the teeth in here, so I wound up popping off. I had some hot glue in there to try to help it, but it wound up popping off. Also, the front here popped off, but that didn't make that big of a deal. It was more like this teeth over here that popped off. So that was pretty much the end of the cosplay at that point. And also this part, just so you guys know, when I was doing finishing the costume, I was finishing at like 11:30 the night before we had to leave. I had to get up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock to catch a 6 o'clock flight. So I was rushing, and there was a lot of stuff going on. Also, so what happened with this is this part for the sash part. What happened was I didn't measure it properly, or I don't know, it stretched. Something happened where there was a lot more material. So when I put this on, actually, if you see down here, I wound up having buckles that were attached to my inside of my pants, kind of like suspenders. I was kind of cheating a little bit as far as how everything was working. So to get it, I was kind of in a rush to get this because, again, this was a last minute decision to cosplay as Quimir, or the Stranger from Acolyte. So now I have to go fix this. I got to take off about like that much material from it because it was working as suspenders. My pants kept falling down. I didn't have a belt for my pants portion, and the whole time I was kind of like holding up my pants, walking around the convention hall. And then the other part was my glorified trash bag that I had to wear for it, because you have that. He winds up having this big, a big shroud that pretty much covers the whole outfit. And so that was hot, but not that much. I took it off here and there, and we took a bunch of pictures. I wound up going to a few panels. One of the main panels I went to was the what's next on DC. So I wound up getting these cool pins, exclusive pins for San Diego Comic Con. This is a absolute Batman pin, 2 pins there, and we got to see some cool stuff that's coming out from DC. And I wound up getting also, they were handing out ash cans. So if you don't know what an ash can is, like a small little comic. It's packed away right at this point. And I just found out that it's going up in value. So a free little comic, I think, is retailing, or you can go auction for eBay between 75 to 150. So not that bad of a grab. So I'll have that stashed away and hopefully get a signature from Scott Snyder, the writer of the book, on that. Amongst other things was the Comic Con 2024 pin. So you see that there. And then, of course, the lanyard. My only gripe, I think I mentioned this on another video, was the badges are paper, whereas I've been to other cons throughout the year or before, and they're like a hard plastic, or I think a metal. No, usually a hard plastic, which was like a little more durable. But this was like printed out ones that it had my name on it, but they were supposed to do like random stops. I didn't get stopped, so whatever. So truth be told, I've been back a few days. I've already started printing a bunch of things. As you see, I printed the sling ring from Deadpool and Wolverine. You see in the back, hopefully it's not picking up the sound from the printers. I got part of the Keyblade, Doctor Doom, because we're going to be doing Doctor Doom cosplay, because we all know, if you haven't heard, spoiler alert, RDJ or Robert Downey Jr. will be coming back to play as Doctor Doom. So that was super exciting news that came out of Hall H. I didn't go on to Hall H, or I didn't get a chance to go to a lot of halls or a lot of panels, because the lines are just ridiculous. And me, myself, and I don't really do lines that much. The only real lines I did was I did wind up doing 3 lines for one thing. I had a comic book that I had for a very long time that I wanted to get graded from the creator of Tarantula, that's from Spider-Man. He's one of his enemies, and I wound up getting his signature. So I had to go on for CGC. If you guys don't know, you get your comic books graded and signed, so you have to go on a line and get a witness to watch the artist or creator witness the signing of the book, or whatever paraphernalia you're getting signed and graded. So you get online for that, to wait to get a witness, to then go get on another line to get this signed. Luckily, I had my wife with me, and she stayed on that line, so it actually cut down on some of the wait time. So wait on that line, from that line, then get it signed and everything, then go on the final line for CGC to get it all graded and submitted. So about 3 hours, not so bad. I've been on much longer lines for signatures, which is rough. I've had like really bad luck with getting signatures for stuff. So I got 2 books from Jerry Conway, the creator of Tarantula. I got that signed, and then went to a bunch of cosplay panels, which was cool. Hopefully I'll put some pictures up here of the group. There was like over 30 group cosplayers. That was pretty cool to see. A bunch of, older. As you can see, I am older, and I'll be 41 in about 27, 26 days, depending on when I post this and when you guys see this. So I went to those panels, and then just being able to walk around the hall and mingling with everybody. People asking to take pictures. That was pretty cool. I tend to do cosplays that no one is asking for, or no one's looking to do. Of course, with Magnifico over there, and the Acolyte, the Stranger. I said did those. So I tend to do stuff, if you haven't noticed from this channel, I tend to do things that nobody else is doing, just because I don't know, I like it, but we're going to be doing something coming up is Doctor Doom, which I'm sure a lot of people are doing, but we'll do my take on Doctor Doom for the next cosplay, and we'll walk you through that. I wish I had more videos of making the Acolyte, the Stranger's costume. I don't know, Quimera, we'll call him Quimera, okay? This Quimera's cosplay, but because it was such a rush, I didn't get enough video, enough footage to walk you through the build. But if you guys let me know in the comments if you want to know how I did everything for the cosplay, I'll make a quick video and pretty much show you how I did a lot of the stuff, as everything was handmade, hand sewed. Well, not hand sewed, I had a machine. I think the best part of the con was actually not the con itself, but the Comic-Con Museum that's located about a mile or so, 2 miles from the convention center, and be able to go and see different things there. Nice, relaxed atmosphere. I was able to build a guitar. Let's see, it's there we go. Yeah, so I was able to build this little cardboard guitar that they had there. It was like styled after Coco. So it was all like comic, pop culture stuff. So this was pretty cool. My wife and I made one of each. It was just a much more relaxed atmosphere. You get to walk around, see different things, see the DeLorean, see like different robots through time, through movies and pop culture. So that was a little more relaxing and much more approachable for all of us. There was no lines. You just kind of walked in, got to see different things, take different pictures. If you haven't gone to Comic-Con, or if you haven't gone to a convention where you have to travel away from your home, the food was not the best. I think they just do it and they raise the price. The prices were ridiculous. I don't know if that's the prices all the time, or the food's like that all the time, but the price of all the food at like the different restaurants down the strip, down the way from the conventional, was lackluster and the prices were ridiculous. We just wound up going to a local supermarket, buying some food and making lunches and dinners for us and picking up some small food. A lot cheaper and it tasted a lot better. That was my only negative part really about the convention. I also tried to sign up for the blood donation as I am a regular blood donor, but they actually turned me down because my blood count, my iron level is low, which is weird. And my wife has been griping me about that because I might have to go see a doctor about that. But that's another story. And then we wound up going to see Deadpool Wolverine, which of course everyone was going crazy about. Actually, I made a review with my buddy Rico. Click on the eye up there to check out the review of our take on Deadpool and Wolverine. He went to go see it back here at home, and I went to go see it in California, and then we just put our review together on one video. So check that out. It's pretty cool. As far as going back to the con, I'm on the fence of going. The only real reason if I was going to go is because to make a goal I saw at the Comic-Con Museum was you see all the cosplays that the people do for the Masquerade Ball, which is different from a cosplay contest. If you haven't been there or haven't heard of it, the Masquerade Ball is you get to go and you have music and you have to do a whole little routine and not just walk on the stage and be like, look at me, I'm amazing. No, you have to go and like maybe do like a lip sync or a dance or something to really show off the character and not just the cosplay. That's part of the whole competition. And in the museum, they have past cosplay winners' costumes in the museum, which it took me a second to realize that the costumes that are there were actually people that, like myself or you here watching this video, have made those costumes. Those aren't like professionally made from a prop studio or costume kind of studio. Those are something like myself have made and are hanging out in a museum. So that would be something I would put a goal to, so that way I can try to make a costume that where it would be in a museum, which is super cool in my opinion. And I think that's probably the only reason I would go back to try to do something like that and have some kind of goal in mind to strive towards. Also, there were so many things going on outside the hall. There was Hulu was there. There was Hulu was there. Adult Swim, Dragon Ball. It was at the Dragon Ball booth. There was like not a booth. It was like a huge like event kind of thing where you can go and get little badges for your lanyard thing that you can put so that way you can stick onto your badge. And there was like different stations where you go. You'd play the new game. You'd build one of you go ahead and build like a figure, a little model figure. The first day I should have just waited online and stay there because the subsequent days the line was like down the pier, down the bay area, and it was like around the corner. I was like, well, guess we're not doing it now. So definitely missed opportunity. It was cool to get some pictures in front of the giant Goku, getting a picture and doing the energy charge up. That was pretty cool to do, and be able to see all the new figures coming out from for Dragon Ball figures, and then Dragon Ball Dima. I forgot the name of it, but let me know, guys. Are you excited to see the new Dragon Ball show? Because I'm kind of on the fence, but it's Dragon Ball, so of course I'm going to watch it. If you haven't been to San Diego Comic-Con, they are spread out amongst, I think, 3 or 4 different buildings between the main hall itself, which is huge in itself, but they also occupy 2 different hotels for panel space, and then, of course, all the other venues that they have set up. So they also had like Abbott Elementary. They had a thing for, I forgot, this Greek inspired show that's going on. They had all different local stores had things going on. So not only was it going on in the hall, that you can go out and walk around, check out the different things. So that was pretty cool to see too. So that's about it, guys. It was a pretty cool flea market, I call it. All these conventions is basically a glorified flea market. Other than the fact that you get to go dressed up in costume and get to see celebrities and have panels. So aside from that, you also have everyone selling their stuff and trying to sign up for some thing or whatever. It's us nerds, kind of basic flea market. It's a glorified flea market, and that's what it is basically. Outside again from the the other stuff that they add in there. So guys, let me know if you're at Comic-Con this year. If do you plan on going anytime in the future? And if you did you dress up? What did you see? What was your favorite thing? And what was your take from Comic-Con? So until next time, guys, keep making it nerdy, and I'll see you next time.